Hey everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody. Let's see, this is the fourth layout with my November kit here to share with you guys today. I have two 4x6 photos that I'm going to use that I'm actually going to trim down just slightly. But I'm going to start with this white and gray stripe paper as my background. Now this is actually from Michaels. It's their Recollections papers, I believe. So it's very thin, but I really like the design. It's just simple, basic gray and white pattern. So I'm going to adhere it to a piece of white cardstock to give it a little bit of stability. And then I'm going to do some stitching around the edges. So I am going to pull out a teal thread and use that to do stitching around the edges. And what I've done is, because of the stripe that's on the paper, I'm actually going to punch holes on the stripe, like on the edges of each stripe on the sides, and then I'll just evenly space my little punched holes on the bottom and the top as well. Well, yeah, because my stripes run horizontally here. All right, I was having some issues there, but we're back in order here. And here we go. I'm just adhering it down, and then I'm going to go ahead and start punching my holes. Now, I will kind of skip ahead. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing, but I do, you'll be able to see where that is stitched. I'm just going to map my photos on some white cardstock here. Well, this is not cardstock. This is just white paper. I like to map my photos and just have a white border. It usually makes my photos stand out a bit, and I just like the look of that. And I have a lot of single-sided scrapbook paper, old scrapbook paper, that I use to map my photos with a lot of time, because it doesn't necessarily need to be cardstock when I map my photos. I just need it to be white, because I'm adding other layers on it anyway, so it doesn't necessarily have to be, like a cardstock background or anything. As you can see, I'm just following the stripes like I said. I'm doing it about 1/4 of an inch from the edge, and the stripes are probably, they're not quite a half, so maybe 3/8 of an inch apart from each other. And then I'm doing 3-ply thread like I mentioned before. I have my little embroidery kit set up, so whenever I'm ready, I just kind of pull it out. It's got floss, it's got some washi tape, and it's got a needle and some scissors. So just getting it started, and then I'll skip ahead here in just a moment. I really enjoyed using stitching on my layouts here this month. It's just a different element, and I really like it. It's a simple thing. You don't have to have a whole lot of skill in order to do this, but it does add a lot. And if you've been watching my channel, this page coordinates with the page I did a few days ago, the one that was titled So Nervous. It's from the exact same thing. It's just kind of the end result of that face painting session. And so I'm using similar colors, not exactly the same, but similar, using that teal, some darker elements, and then also the grays and the whites. I've got this American Crafts polka dot. It's like a dark gray polka dot paper. Not paper, ribbon, and I love it. And then I'm going to layer some silver washi tape over it. Doing that in the bottom and the top. I really like this ribbon. I actually wish I had more of it. I end up using it all up, but I wish I had more of it. And this kind of plays on the whole stripe concept that's in the background paper, but it also kind of brings your eye. I like the diagonal thing from the top left to the bottom right. I do that a lot, and I realize that as I go back and I look at my layouts in the past, I do that a lot from the top left to the bottom right. And I don't know if it's because most of my pictures are faced that direction. Like the top photo, Calen's kind of looking to the left. He's looking at himself in the mirror, but he's kind of looking to the left. So I don't know if that's why I do that, or if that's just the way my mind likes it. So I'm going to add some kind of wonky layers here. I'm using this black and teal pattern paper. I believe it's from the Capture line, maybe. I think it's Capture. I don't remember. But I'm going to add a few layers of this silver as well. It's a silver embossed paper. So I'm going to add that kind of behind it as well, just for another added layer. You can't really tell what's on either of these papers. You just see the colors peeping out. And that was what my goal was. I've recently started using these large scissors. I've always used my small yellow cutter bee scissors, but I've actually started using these large scissors here recently, and I really like them. They were like super duper cheap at Hobby Lobby. My mom and I bought them when we were there in August. We bought them, it was like by the register. It's super cheap, but they work really well. All right, so those are my little layers there. They're kind of wonky and askew, which was the purpose of them. And then I'm going to use these LE Studio Sienna stickers. Do you see those circles that say adore you? And they're in the perfect colors, my teal and my gray. So that's going to be my title, and I'm going to kind of find a place to put it. I thought about just lining it up, and it's too simple on the background. There's not a whole lot of weight that's given to it when it's just placed directly on the background. So I'm going to find a couple different things to layer up here at the bottom. And I'm going to look through all my embellishments first to kind of see what I want to do. And I come across this frame, which I really like. And what it says is love this guy. And then there's this kind of gray striped tag. And that frame has a heart that's punched out of it, which I left the heart right with it because I'm thinking about layering it up on some dimensional adhesive so it's there, but it's like kind of popped up. And then I had these gray and black and white labels. And so what I'm going to do is actually layer the title right on top of that, but I'm going to put a piece of pattern paper in the middle to cover up that happy birthday sentiment, and then also just to add a color here. And it's going to fit right in between the lines that are on the tag. There's a line on the top and the bottom of the happy birthday sentiment, and so I'm going to put that right there, and then I'm just kind of punching little notches in the corners to make it look like a ticket. My own homemade ticket, very easy to do if you have a circle punch. And I'm just using the one on my crocodile here. And that happy birthday sticker is a cardstock sticker. The back will peel off and it is a sticker. So those are actually from, Jolie's Boutique, I believe. You can see it in the bottom left there with that Target clearance sticker. So they had these at Target and I bought 3 sets, I think. Yeah, I think I bought 3 sets. And they're probably about 30 stickers in there with all different kinds of sentiments on them. And they were like super cheap. They were 70% off when I bought them, and I bought 3 of them. So I've used them a lot. They were definitely worth a few dollars maybe that I spent on all 3 of them. I want to say I got them each for like $1 or maybe less. So I'm trying to figure out what to put inside my frame. I need to put something in the back because I'm going to do it a bit askew, and the stripes in the background paper are not even when I do that. So I'm just going to use this grid paper, and I'm going to cut out around it so you can't see it from around the frame. And this frame is like a dark gray, kind of chalkboard look actually. And it matches my ribbon in the top and the bottom. This is where I'm adding my little dimensional adhesive on the back of the heart. And it's just the smallest element, but it's those smallest elements that really add up to be something special. And you can definitely see it more in person than you can on this video camera. And this is where I'm going to put my journaling. I'm just going to write my journaling. I really probably would have typed it if my printer was hooked up and working, but it's not. So it's just not worth my time to try to figure out at the moment. And it says it's low on one ink, and I can't do, like, my printer's old and I need to clean the print heads, the ink heads, whatever it's called. Anytime I start printing when I haven't printed in a day or so, because otherwise it's just spotty looking, but I can't clean it when it's low on ink because it won't let you. And so now it's just not working. So needless to say, I tell you all that to tell you that I cannot type my journaling like I would like to. So a lot of my layouts here recently have had my handwriting on them, which is good and bad. Good because it's documented and it's captured, and that's a piece of me that's in my scrapbooks. Bad because I like the way that the printed journaling looks a bit better. It just looks more even. clean looking to me. All right, so I've got my journaling on there, and it just says Calen was so excited about the face painting while we waited, but when it came to being his turn, he was super nervous. However, wow, I'm having a hard time reading. Okay, let me try that again. Calen was so excited about the face painting while we waited, but when it came to be his turn, he was super nervous. However, the end result was so worth it. He loved it. I see many face paintings in our future. And there's my little baby tiger. And a tag here. 2 of them. And I'm going to layer them at the top with a white tag as well. And I have these kind of bits and pieces of white tags that you see off to the right. I'm going to take those reinforcement colors off of there. I just don't like the way that they're kind of a brown or a tan. I don't like that. Pulled out a few brads here. I've got some white ones, so I'm going to put 6 on here, 3 in the bottom right and 3 in the upper left corner. And then I have this sticker that says hello today. And it's in the right color scheme, so I'm going to add that. What I typically look for, I look for things that are in the right color scheme. I either look for things in the right color scheme or things with the sentiment that I want. So it's kind of twofold. I look for both of those. And then, of course, hopefully if I find something in the right color scheme, it matches. Like I can find something to put on it that is relevant to what I am trying to say. These seem just a little large to me, so I'm just trimming those tags down a bit. And these are just some 2x4 pieces of paper that were in a We Are Memory Keepers little set, I believe. And I just cut off pieces of those and made them into my own tags. And I am going to add a bit of that embroidery floss to those at the top, the same color that I used to stitch around the outside. And then I'm going to add 2 word stickers off of those tags in the top. And here's where I'm looking for 3 more of those brads. I just have this little thing full of brads. It's not a whole lot. There's not a ton of variety. But I'm going to have to get rid of some of these brads before I buy more. So instead of actually like poking a hole, I punched a hole using this, my little crocodile. There we go. I knew it was called something. And it just makes it so easy because it's perfect to put these brads in, but you have to have it close to the edge or you won't be able to punch those holes. So then I just use a piece of cardstock and some washi tape to cover it in the back because I want to make sure that it doesn't puncture the other layout on the other side. And again, I'm using the same thing, just punch these little tiny holes and putting my brads in. Worked perfectly. And then I am going to pull out those 2 word stickers. One says darling and one says sweetie, and they're going to layer up at the top under the tags. And then also I have a star sticker that's coming off of that same sienna sticker sheet as the word stickers, and that's going to layer down there off the frame. It's the same color as the background, or as my color scheme, and I really love how this layout came out. I believe the last layout and this layout are my favorite. So anyways, please give me a thumbs up if you like this layout and this video. I would really appreciate it. Your feedback means a lot to me, so leave a comment if you like with things that you'd either like to see or just suggestions or comments you have for me. Also, please subscribe so you can get notification on when I have new videos going up. I post about at least 3 times a week with process videos most of the time, and then a few other videos such as hauls and kit reveal videos and things like that. So anyways, I'm just tying the last little bit of embroidery floss up here on my tags, and that is going to finish this layout. Stay tuned for some still shots of the entire layout at the very end of this video. All right, thanks for joining me today, guys. Enjoy your day. Bye.